In the quilt of the many colors of life, with many colors and many designs, yet not perceived by all, a coalliance big and small. When it comes to the things to which you care, many answers you can get from the things you compare. The designs represent our individual uniqueness, and the colors represent perspective. But why, you ask? There is an answer to every question. Now it is time to learn the lesson. Colors represent perspective due to misperceptions. But how are colors misperceived? Excellent questioning. Colors are perceived with 3 color cones of the eyes. Do you know the 3 color cones of you and I? Red, yes, that is correct. Blue, yes, that is true. Green, excellent, recognizing. But if a creature was to see more colors like a butterfly, they would see in a color called ultraviolet light, which could make an object indifferent, yet there would be something that would not be missing. Can you guess it for the lesson? It is the one thing that remains within all things. Structure, we all say. But what would structure be representing? Excellent questioning. The good that is within us all, whether if that is big or whether if that is small. But like DNA, the good could be damaged or repaired. So do only good and have proper care. And think of the quilt of the many colors of life. From the tilting of the earth, wind was created. The wind was nature's way of planting. Within this wind was a seed, not ordinary. This was the fig tree. If you hold a seed to a tree, there's no way that you can make that at an instant. Let's fill in the gap that you may be missing. A tree takes thousands of chloroplast cells. The fig tree has a perspective as well. To understand perspective, you must always question, what is the dependence? The seed of the fig tree depends upon the vitamins and nutrients of the soil, sun, and condensation process of the rain. The seed of the fig tree was implanted that day from the storm of nature and the wind. The seed of the fig tree absorbed the vitamins and had good thoughts of development. In the many things we experience in our time, there is a good and bad category within life. The fig tree had vitamins and good nutrients, yet in the heavy, heavy soil there was contaminants. In this story, the fig tree thinks to help understand the perspective they bring. To understand perspective, you must always question, what is the science of operation? The fig tree did not have eyes to visualize, nor did the fig tree have ears to hear clearly, yet the fig tree could feel through the chloroplast cells. And the fig tree had felt the vitamins and good nutrients and had good thoughts of development. Yet the fig tree was harmed by contaminants. The fig tree was harmed What would you think if you was the fig tree so far? The fig tree thought, I need to find a better way of life. There must be something somewhere out there. And if I grow, someone may notice me here. The fig tree had decided to grow to the highest points of the heavens. And for the first time in the fig tree's life, of what the fig tree had decided, the fig tree had experienced the impeccably spectacular moment of sprouting. From the heavy, heavy soil to the light, thin air, growing to a better life somewhere out there. The fig tree thought, as I grew, I experienced through what I say, what I think, and what I do. Then suddenly, a mold spore started to spread. Mold to the fig tree is dangerous. The fig tree decided to grow more instead, praying to the heavens, peel off my bark, please keep me clean, please show me the ways of life that I have not seen. The fig tree grew taller than any tree of the land, with pride, strength, and dedication. As the fig tree grew, the branches got too heavy to bear, growing to a better life somewhere out there. As the fig tree grew to the highest points of the heavens, there were so many things that the fig tree was missing. As the fig tree cried out, no one seemed to be listening. The fig tree said, for you, life, I tried my best. Yet why did you not try the same for me? Said the fig tree as he went to eternal sleep. When a tree dies, the tree can be standing for a long time because the root's still engraved. Then there was a lumberman and construction one day. The lumberman and construction was in search for the tree that grew to the heavens. As the town gathered in a crowd, they showed them where the fig tree was around. The lumberman and construction had seen the sacred perspective of the fig tree and said with sympathy, you have purpose to me. The lumberman had made so many wonderful things to give purpose, to give reason to the fig tree's pain, productive to life that would show many gains. The lumberman built shelters, tables, and bed frames. The lumberman built so many wonderful things with purposes of many kinds. And the lumberman replied, you would be proud if you was alive. The fig tree relates to me as my teaching roots engrave. In life I felt so blamed, in the world just the way I came. Let's pray that the lumberman and construction will find me someday, before it is my time of being too late. Perhaps they will give me purpose and reason to my pain, productive to life that will show many gains. Apollo was the eye in the sky. Apollo was anonymous, very different from Lazarus. So different that Lazarus did not even know that he exists. Yet Apollo accounted for all things without creatures ever knowing. Lazarus created a course to train. It started with one, but Lazarus just felt as though it was just not enough. He gathered a few angels to join the course. Yet Lazarus truly needed to cleanse his inner core and restore. Yet not even the angels succeeded in that deed, as Lazarus put the angels as the lead. Yet there was more to join the course. Yet the subconscious was joined by force. Lazarus created a course for them. Yet Apollo accounted for all of this until the end day of judgment, where the good of life justifies as the good things of life deserve to be rewarded with prize.